Hello, welcome and namaste everybody. जी प्रिया दी नमस्ते, सुनील भैया नमस्ते, प्रिया दी
नमस्ते
नमस्ते,
नमस्ते भैया, नमस्ते प्रिया दीदी,
Namaste
नमस्ते
to
इला
all.
दीदी।
Namaste.
नमस्ते नमस्ते लगी। तो
प्रसन्न
प्रिया दी
भैया नमस्ते।
जी
We'll start the session.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Namaste to all. This is a follow-up session happening for particularly for students. This started long back in November 2020 when we had the student induction program in the online mode for all the first-year students that joined on 2020. It was I still remember that was the first session I had attended, the UHV. Session. There were many students, around I think 30,000 students participated in the online mode in Zoom platform as well as YouTube. It was almost 2-week induction program, which had one of the main subject was UHV, and there were other modules of the student induction program like the language proficiency, then I think cultural activities, Indian literature, everything was there. It was a mixture of all the 9 modules we had. And from that day onwards, this follow-up session is happening. So students are joining, as well as we had recently the workshops for English workshops for UHV. So those students also are getting the link for attending this session. And we have faculties also joining this session. So now we can, so I invite the resource person, Sunil Bhaiya and Ila Didi, other panelists, and all the students and faculties to one more weekly meetings. Over to Sunil Bhaiya.
Namaste Priya Didi.
Namaste.
Good evening to all co-explorers. All we can see that attendees are still joining. So I am Sunil Kumar. I am a faculty member of Cochin University. I have been associated with the University of Human Values for less than 2 years' time, June 2020 onwards, precisely. Have been in the volunteering team since January 2022 and actively participating in the weekly meetings, and the eSIP also I have been participating. I'm a co-explorer, so let us try to explore something, some proposals as a continuation of our previous week's discussion over here. So many of you were there in the previous week also. So let us continue our discussion from where we have stopped in the previous week's meeting. Yeah, this is, as I said, this is going to be a co-exploration, and this is going to be improving the competence of myself, first of all, and try to help improving the competence of others also. So when we have discussions like in the previous Wednesday, the competence of me is also getting increased. I can see that. I have got more clarity with regard to the content, and some of you also would have got clarity with regard to the content, I suppose. So with this short introduction, let me share my screen. Hope you can see my screen in the presentation mode. My screen is visible and my voice is also audible.
yes भैया, screen is in presentation mode and voice is also okay. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you भैया, thank you so much. So in the previous week's meeting, we have been discussing with regard to the feelings in the relationship. So we have verified that human beings not only need physical facilities, adequate physical facilities, but relationship also, right understanding and right feelings. So in that, we know that happiness is in harmony at all the 4 levels of being: individual level, family level, society, as well as nature. So feelings in relationship is being discussed in harmony, understanding harmony, in the family. So we have been discussing with regard to trust and respect in the previous few weeks. In the April month, we have been discussing about that. We have been trying to explore further, trying to verify those feelings and trying to explore in that direction. Now we have started discussion about gratitude and love in the previous Wednesday's meeting. We continue from where we have stopped in the previous Wednesday, and let us have a small recap of what we did in the previous Wednesday. So we started here. Gratitude. It is stated, rather it is proposed here that the feeling for those who have made effort in terms of providing help in the process of my development, excellence, my excellence. That is what we have verified as gratitude. So we have had a long discussion regarding this. I can see that the other has a feeling of care, affection, trust, etc. in behavior with me. I can also see that the other has helped me in developing right understanding and right feeling in me, has also provided me with the necessary physical facility. So the essential parameters for harmonious living is this: right understanding, right feeling, and physical facility. So if I can see that the other has helped me in acquiring these basic parameters, then as we discussed, we have to offer a feeling of gratitude to that person. That is the proposal which we put forward in the last Wednesday's meeting, and we have verified it through several examples as well as through the self-exploration of the co-explorers. Right. So gratitude is significant in the development of relationship. That is where that is a key point which we have discussed in the previous session. And then we discussed about this slide also. Let us list down the help we are receiving from family, friends, teachers, society, related to physical facility and nature, other things, etc. So that main proposal has been divided into some sub-proposals like this. Make a list of needs, example food, that you are using throughout the day. See the people and natural environment which are immediately responsible to fulfill this need. So we have verified that there are numerous people who are working, who are unknown to us, but working behind each and every one of our physical facility, and even in inculcating the feeling of right understanding feeling, there are plenty of people working behind. Those who are training our teachers, etc., etc. So we verified that if you want to give, say, offer gratitude, there is a long list. We have to offer gratitude to people, many people who are behind this. Then we have stated that in the next level, make the list of people who have helped in growing food, processing it, transporting, etc., to your place. So this also includes other people who are say standing behind the curtain, who are not known to us, and to whom the gratitude feeling has to be offered. A similar thread could be seen for the utensils we are eating, in which we are eating, machines which are used for cooking, furniture on which we sit while eating, construction of the dining hall, etc. So plenty of things can be stated just like that, and we can just assume how many people are involved, and the gratitude may have to be offered to very many persons, right? So as an exercise, we have say discussed about this. So hope many of us would have done this exercise and found out how many. So as a small piece, we have stated this: can you count the total number of people who are directly or indirectly involved in ensuring just one meal for you? That was the last point which we have explored in the last day's meeting. So hope all of us would have explored about this. So some of us have stated in the previous day's meeting itself that plenty of people are there. Countless number of people are there. We cannot just estimate the number of people over there. So at that point, we have stopped in the previous day's meeting. Yeah. So we go to the next slide. So before that, if you have any kind of say clarifications required, any kind of sharing which you would like to put in, you are welcome. You can raise your hand. The mic will be provided to you, so you can place your sharing right. I can see many of the students also have joined, and many of you have been given the mic also. Akila Jayaprakash is seen after a few meetings. Welcome, Akila. Would you like to share something right now? Mic is provided to you.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, Akila. Namaste.
So actually, I have some exams and college tour that I didn't attend the class.
That's fine, Akila. No problem. No problem. Okay.
So I have a doubt that now we are living in a world where most of the people are selfish. I'm in hostel and I had seen so many my friends do for only for their welfare or some behavior like selfish behaviors. And sometimes we think why we have to do something for them. So what can we do for that?
That is genuine, Akila. When say query for sure. Other people. So why do we actually offer gratitude, or why do we offer something for them? Right. That is the question. Let us first of all, Akila. Let's first of all think of right. In my case, in Akila's case, for example, what do we need, or what do we require? What do we want? What is our need? Do we want to be? Yeah, Akila, go ahead. We need happiness for sure, right? What about the feelings? Do we need respect or disrespect from the other?
Respect.
Respect only, right? Do we wish to be trusted or not trusted by the other?
Trusted.
Trusted. So we can see that. So we can see the intention of us is right, and we can also see that the intention of the other person. So any other person may be staying in your hostel, or other person who maybe in your family or your institution or other places. They are like only. So you can see that the intention of the other person is similar as mine. And what is lacking is competence. And this lack of competence, as we have discussed in the case of respect, is leading to the kind of feelings as you have just mentioned, right? Selfishness, jealous kind of feelings are there with them. So in such a case, what would we do? We can, first of all, improve our own competence, right? And establish a relationship with the other person. And then we can communicate with the other person and try to help improving the competence of the other person. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Maybe in the first instance or second instance or even the 10th instance, the other person may not be, you may feel that the other person did not change, right? So you can then, so at every instant, if you feel like this, you can get back to you. That is what I propose. Well, let us get back to us and find out whether there is something wrong in my expression of feelings to them. Right. So we can try to improve our own competence. I can try to improve my own competence. Then I can try again with without any kind of perturbation, without any kind of condition. I can again communicate with the other person and try to discuss the matter with them and help the other person also to improve his or her competence. Will that work out, Akila? What do you think?
Because most of the time I think I just feel that they are using me for their welfare, for their needs, and after that if I need any something, they are totally avoiding me. I just feeling they are they make me as a fool or joker like that way. That's
yeah. So what we can do is we have the right understanding, right? And the right evaluation also. That is what we explored in respect, right evaluation. Let us have the right evaluation of ourselves let us have the right evaluation of the other person also, the competence of the other person, right? And what is proposed is, before having an evaluation of the other, before having let's say a communication with the other, we have to establish the right relationship with the other. So when the other person also can see the intention of me is similar to that of him or her, then only we need to have a program with the other person. Right. So right understanding and right evaluation. We can just try these two things based on our natural acceptance, of course. Everything is based on our natural acceptance. And you can try to help the other to see his or her natural acceptance also. That is what I could suggest from here without mentioning any kind of incidences straight away. Okay. You can try this again. Nice comment. And it's a very, very genuine kind of a question which can be asked by any of the students. Ila Didi, would you like to add something? Ila Didi?
No, I think you responded already to her. Just if I need to add one thing, I would just like to ask Akhila. Akhila, by being in relation with the friends, I mean, with the friends that you are right now discussing, if you are in relation with them, are you comfortable, or you are right now comfortable when you're in opposition with them? Right now, your feelings are...
Ma'am, namaste, ma'am.
Yeah, right now your feelings are of opposition or of relation?
Relation, ma'am.
Right now, while you're discussing them, that they are, whatever you said, the feelings that you have, that they are taking advantage of you. So are you having feelings of relation with them, or are you having feelings of opposition with them?
Relation with them, ma'am.
Are you comfortable with them?
Actually, most of the time, whatever they do, I accept those things, but inner to me, it's not sometimes comfortable.
So the best thing is that to improve the competency of our own self and of the other. Before we even try to improve the competency of other, we have to first work on our own competency. But simultaneously, we can work on other person's competency. So you can have a dialogue. You can discuss matters with them rather than keeping it within you and imagining, as Sunil Bhaiya just mentioned about evaluating. What happens is we may be just introspect whether we are evaluating the other without any discussion with them. So maybe some discussion with them may help to clarify certain things and may bring you to the right evaluation. And just check out your feelings, whether you are in feelings of opposition, or are you having feelings of relationship? Are you having feelings of affection for them? Are you having feelings of respect for them? Just check out your own feelings also.
Okay.
Maybe a little more working on the self may help you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Ila Didi. Thank you, Ila Didi. We have, I can see a hand raised. Ashok Behra, would you like to share something? Ashok Behra,
yes, sir.
are you? Yeah, please, sir, please.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I understand that competency, natural acceptance, and other thing also. What that Gal has asked, that Akhila. So, what I feel that what in that content it has been to accept this thing, that the intention. Sometimes what happen, a group of students are there. They're supposed to saw one person every day, and they know the weakness of that person. If they intentionally interest to tease that person, and by that they make happiness. So what happens, that intention of that there is to make other disturb, but that intention is happiness by them. So what we are seeing that here, that we are saying that is a competence. They are lacking that competence. That means we are seeing their intention is that to tease that girl, and after that they will feel happy. When she will be irritated or when that girl will be cry, and when the girl is shout on them, then they will feel very happy. So the group of person, those they are doing this for the sake of happiness, they are doing. But here the thing is that we are saying that it is the lack of competence. Can you elaborate that one? Exactly what you mean to say. So here, how we can see that we are seeing that the intention is happiness. Yes, of course, happiness. Other group of persons, their intention is the other party, that girl, is feeling sad and sorrow. But they are seeing that also they are not having any feeling, any kind of humanity there. So how to deal with that, sir? Exactly. You understand, I think.
I understood. Ashok Bakhraji, nice.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
voice was little broken, but I could get what you are telling. Your question
Yes,
is
yes.
now, yeah, with me. Right. So we can also, yeah, try to verify. First of all, we have to verify with ourselves, but we can verify whether the other person who is trying to tease, that's what you said, right? Tease the girl or tease the other person. Is he happy always? This happiness, you said he tried to derive happiness through teasing. Is his happiness a persistent one, or is it just like an excitement? What do you think, sir? If it is a persistent happiness, then that is fine. But if
No,
it is
excitement,
yeah.
Let me say, here the question is what you are saying, that persistent happiness or discontinued happiness. Two things, it is a continuous or discontinuous. Definitely it is a discontinuous, because the group of person will be for the sake of time being happy. Right? When the other part is, they know their weakness and they comes to know that part is weakness. Let's for fun, let us tease that person and let us make cry, so that they will happy.
Yeah.
A group of persons are there in the society also. They used to behave, they used to do like that. How many times we used to see them as a, because the person who is their opposite, that girl, she is very loyal, she is having that discipline, and that is, she is very a kind-hearted person. The person, those who are kind-hearted person, people, what they used to do, no sir?
Yeah,
I
got your question.
how
Yeah.
we can see that one. Yes, sir.
Yeah. This kind of situation is very common in colleges or institutions, let's say. Right.
Yes, sir.
So the teachers who are than the group of students or the other students, they have a major role over here, I suppose. So sense of responsibility, because our competence level is better. We feel that it is better than that of the other student or the other group of students. With a sense of responsibility, we can talk to them and show them their the natural acceptance. We can try to bring them towards the natural acceptance, and the kind of activities which they are doing, they are not going to be continuously happy because of that. We can show them, but not with just one sitting or so. We may have to say sit for several maybe times. But you see, usually what is happening is, as we can notice, there are certain kind of laws against this kind of activities. Whenever, or even if there is no complaint, what happens is punishments are given, right? But will that suffice? Will such kind of punishment is going to instill a kind of harmonious society, or this this kind of activity to be eradicated, to be not there? I think we have to. The teachers have a major role over here. Let us try to improve our own competence and then try to sit with such group of students, not a single time, but maybe several times, and try to help them to achieve competence to some level, and to propose them that continuous happiness is not being achieved through such kind of activities. But
Sunil Bhaiya, can I share my view?
Sure. Yeah.
Sinmaya, we as a student, of course, these things happen, but as a student also, we have to reach to that competence. We should not get affected by other people's, these things. Our happiness depends on us. What the other students are doing, behaving, they are irritating others because they are also suffering. If you see, intention is everyone to be happy and to make others happy, but those students are not knowing how to make the other students happy. They feel that by irritating others, they are making happy. That is, they're lacking in competence. But as a student, if I'm a student, I should get happiness I should not get affected from the other people's behavior. Because we cannot change others.
True, that is true. Correct.
It is my happiness is
Priya
lying
Didi,
within.
Priya Didi, you brought a very important point. Basically, students like Akhila and all of us, if we work at our own right understanding, what is understanding of what is happiness, what is harmony, and how do we achieve it? Whether the source of that happiness and harmony is external or whether it is internal. That understanding. And how do we achieve it? The process. If we understand that, if we have the right understanding of mutual relationship, I think this right understanding will help many of us to face such a challenge. It is a challenge at this age, what Akhila has presented. But of course, it's the responsibility of faculty and other students. But each one has to raise in their own competency. So, and I don't think we cannot protect ourselves. We can protect ourselves. That doesn't make us bad if we are protecting our own self. So, but at the same time, whatever we do, we have to do it with a feeling of relationship. One is we can dialogue with others. Even if we are saying no to certain, she said, some work, they get it done. Even if we are saying no for some work, it has to be with relationship. And discussing with them will certainly help. And as Priya Didi brought out a very important point, working on self for the right understanding, what is harmony and what is happiness, that is going to help each of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Didi. Nice.
Yes, Didi, what you said, I completely agree. 101% what you said, that is completely agree. Let me give one example that just 2 days back, when I was going in my car, so in the morning, one person was doing cycling on the road. So I make him horn that please give a sight, because he was on the middle of the site. Then again, he was not giving sight. I have to blow the horn 2-3 times. So he just makes a sight and he just scolded me like anything. So I thought that let me put my car and I will, because I saw that that person was so much irritated. If I will put my car and I will have some discussion at that time, I thought that as the fire is burning, if I'll go, it will be like that I'm pouring the ghee over the fire. So there would be fighting. So I thought that let him fight, because that is her competence level. If she may shout, and I have gone by my route. But what happens, no, 2-3 for 2 hours, my mindset was not stable. And I was thinking that why I didn't put my car side and have a dialogue with him. But I know what could be the consequence of that. There might be a fighting, there might be some other things also may happen. But after 1-2 days, I comes to know that okay, that was the good decision to not to, because I know that when there would be a argument, there would be discussion, there might be a lot of things.
Yeah, Bhaiya, Ashok Bhaiya, you're right. Every situation we have to judge and we have to work accordingly. Because even if we reflect on our own competency, are we 100% competent?
Yeah,
do we not get angry? Do we not? No. Can I just come? Do we not get angry?
Yeah.
Are we not disturbed at times?
Yeah.
Don't we go through disharmony also?
Yeah, Didi.
So the harmony within us may not happen at the same time when the other person is also in harmony. So there are moments when others may not be in harmony and we are in harmony. or vice versa. So every situation is different. When I say dialogue, we have to look at the situation and then take the dialogue. Sometimes you have to wait also for a dialogue.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that every time you can use the same strategy. I was just giving this suggestion to Akhila because they are friends. So maybe at some point of time, she can dialogue with them and discuss it out with them. But if at that moment we feel that dialogue is not going to help, we have to wait for the right time. That is also fine.
Yes, Didi.
So what you did was right, not stopping the car or not indulging into a war. That was right. So sometimes that is also there. But what were your feelings with relationship with the other person? That is very important for us to check for ourselves.
Yes, Didi. Yes, Didi. Yeah, that improvement has to be there. I mean, whenever we are going and if someone is saying something also, that should not disturb us. How to improve that one? You understand?
Yeah, you're right. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Saying, no, Didi, what you are saying, that harmony and that competence level, no, that has to be increased. I mean, if someone is scolding, whatever he is doing, we have to understand that that is lacking of that person competence. But that is not happening, Didi, all the time. How to improve that? We have to learn that one exactly.
Yeah, we have to learn it for ourselves and we have to understand for the others also.
How to
we have to give ourselves time and we have to give others also time, because the basic proposal here is that intention of the other is not wrong.
Yes.
Everyone wants to give harmony to the others.
Yeah, Didi, but harmony, but that group of person, you see, he was, happiness is there, but the
your voice is too low.
Maybe we can move further, Sunil Bhaiya, and we can take this question later.
Okay,
Ashok Bhaiya, you can keep it open and we can explore further. Nice. So next discussion. Let us move forward from here a little bit. So what we discuss here is we can now see that we are anyway related to the environment, human being as well as the rest of the nature. So our behavior with the human being and our work with the rest of the nature. So we have that relationship and dependent upon them to fulfill our basic needs of knowledge, that is right understanding, right feelings, and physical physics. So we have verified this already. And so we have to have gratitude to many people who are directly or indirectly involved, and also to the environment, to the nature. We should be, we have to be offer the feeling of gratitude. That is what is discussed over here. And now let us check whether you have a feeling of gratitude for those who have made effort for you in your life. Are you able to appreciate both what has been done as well as what has not been done? Very important. Let us ponder upon this for some time. The complete picture. Or are you mostly focused on what has not been done? What do you think? So the discussion is actually has, I mean, whatever discussion we have had earlier has also some role to play over here, right? So along in this context, we can revisit those discussions. What has been done and what has not been done. So we would have, say the other person would have done 100 things for us, let's say. And one day, if one thing has been wrong, what do we say? Possibly we may say that he didn't put that correctly. He didn't do that thing correctly for me. He didn't do that thing rightly for me. Forgetting about the 100 other things which he would have done for me. Does it happen with you? We have the feeling of gratitude for the other person for hundreds of other things, but soon, on one day, when one thing is not done, suddenly we move away from the feeling of gratitude. That is why the second question, you can see this. Do you have a feeling of gratitude for the other continuously, or the feeling of gratitude comes and goes? What do you think? These two questions are connected, in fact. You can reflect in the chat box also. What do you think? Whether you are thinking of what has not been done always or what has been done also. Can we also see that if something is not right as far as the other person is concerned, say for some action, he has not done that as per our will. We can think that this happened because of lack of competence. He has been doing this correctly, right? Something, say 100 things correctly for me, but something has gone wrong because of some unforeseen thing. Can we see this? And also we can respond to the second question in the chat box, right? Like the feeling of gratitude, does it is it continuous or does it comes and goes? What do you think? Is the feeling of gratitude comes and goes as far as the other is concerned? Feeling between me and the other person, does it sustain or is it continuous or is it intermittent? Sometimes it is gratitude and sometimes there is no gratitude. Taraprasanna Bhaiya is telling it is continuous. Dr. A. Prabhakaran sir is telling it comes and goes. Nice. Jagdish Babu Bhaiya is telling it comes and goes. Nice. So that is our exploration, right? Sometimes you say that the gratitude comes and goes. But is it because we are focusing upon what has not been done? Even when 100 other things were moving in the right direction, as far as we are concerned, when something goes wrong, do we think that the gratitude which had been there prior to, say, this situation, that suddenly with regard to just one particular incident or one particular action, now that vanishes? Right, we can keep it open. Are you making effort for ensuring the right feelings in yourself and expressing them to the other? Or are you expecting these feelings from the other? Well, the discussions which we had just now are having some relationship with this particular question. Are you making effort for ensuring the right feelings in yourself and expressing them to the other? Or are you expecting the feeling from the other person? So we have a hand risen from the attendees list. You can see faculty, Mr. Ravindra Kumar Raut sir. Okay, so Ravindra Kumar Raut sir, mic is given to you. Namaste Bhaiya. Namaste.
So good discussion on gratitude actually is going on. So what my feeling was coming, say for example, I have been awarded with PhD and I am now I have recognized with a doctorate degree. But if the doctor somehow, with some reason, the doctorate award is withdrawn, so definitely my feelings will not be there. Will not continue with this. So is it not will it not affect the whatever actually we are saying actually in the reality? It will be definitely affect my feelings. Definitely some sorts of changes in my feeling will be there. So I do not. At that time, what will be thing in the feeling of gratitude will be there. Just with the discussion, it was coming to me.
Yeah, your voice was very low. I didn't get the question correctly. Can you please repeat that once again?
Say for example, due to some reason, the doctorate award of PhD holder is withdrawn. So what is the feelings of gratitude? Definitely, will it affect the feelings or not?
You mean PhD is withdrawn?
Say for due to some reason, this award is say it is withdrawn. So what is the feelings? So whatever recognition we are there and that is withdrawn by due to some reason. So what will be the feeling?
We can check for ourselves. What do you think? Suppose say your PhD, suppose if you just think of that, if it is withdrawn for some reason or the other, what do you feel like?
Definitely some feelings will be, but some feelings of like some sorts of deficiency, loss, or some sorts of unhappiness will be there.
Unhappiness.
Yes.
Right. So even in my case also, I am exploring myself. If what happens when my PhD is withdrawn, I'm just thinking like that. So in that case, of course, I may feel like a little bit depressed for sure. But
yes, that's
now,
natural coming. Yes.
Yeah, that is natural, right?
Mm.
But I can see that my happiness does not depend upon my PhD, because at the time of acquiring my PhD, I was thinking that I was the happiest person in the world at that time. But after some time, I realized that no, the PhD is the happiness because of PhD is only happening for a short duration of time. And then I was actually concentrating upon other things. There were many other things which came in the way, and I could see that my PhD is not going to give me continuous happiness. So also, so we are speaking about gratitude right now, right? So we are grateful to several, maybe our PhD guide and several others who are behind this great effort, including, say, many of our colleagues for sure. But at the same time, when say for some reason or the other, the PhD is withdrawn, there may be a reason for that for sure. Right. So if that happens, we may get, say, sadness at that time, possibly, but we can, through right understanding, we can come back to the level of continuous happiness, and we can work towards improving our competence. There will be something, some reason would be behind that. So if we can sort out that reason, then we can get back, or we can come back to the right track of happiness. That is my feeling.
That's true, sir. Actually, because of the UHV platform, we are thinking in the feelings of gratitude.
Can I just...
So this is the real platform of the UHV, having the complementary, and this the real feeling that we, even something, whatever loss is there, we'll maintain our harmony within ourselves. That's a great thing. So, this it's good discussion going on.
Sunil Bhaiya, can I just add?
Please, Didi.
Ravindra Bhaiya.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is linked to our basic aspiration. The right understanding, once the right understanding comes, we do understand that basic aspiration is happiness and harmony. Is that right, Ravindra Bhaiya?
Yes.
So once we get the right understanding of relationship, of physical facility, we do understand then what is the role of that PhD in our lives. And whether, what is the gravity of importance of that degree will come with the right understanding of the basic aspiration. So it is not that we have to come to terms within and feel happy or sad or anything. It will come on its own with the right understanding. So till we don't develop the right understanding on the basic aspiration, the feeling of sadness will continue, or the feeling of happiness once we get the PhD degree, that will also be there. And as Bhaiya said, it is going to be momentary, because whether that PhD degree, the degree on that paper, whether that can give, is that the source for continuous happiness? So if our basic aspiration is clear and the need of the body and self is clear, once that there is clarity in that, probably we can relook into, we can self-reflect on what is that source of happiness and whether that PhD degree is going to be the source of happiness. And gratitude in this case, for example, if I were the person, I don't know what circumstances that you're mentioning, but I know of so many members right now who are in UHV, and after having this understanding, after getting this right understanding on the basic aspiration, there are people who have left even their PhD and they're working towards the right understanding. I mean, we have such mentors also in our group. So it all depends on when that right understanding will develop. So having a degree right now, if I can say for myself, Having a degree also, I am not in continuous happiness. So if my basic aspiration is not clear, I will keep running behind postdoc and all that. But once my right understanding towards the basic aspiration is clear, then I know where my efforts have to go. So efforts will go in the right direction with the right understanding. So this is a proposal. You can self-reflect, and maybe further this can be explored.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
But definitely it will affect my social status, my family. So everywhere it will be affecting. So definitely, so because I am living with family, society, and institution, so that will definitely first of all we are.
So Bhaiya, this is the evaluation that we have done for ourselves. That the degree will give us status. That degree will give us some more whatever, some more source of income.
Because
or we have. Bhaiya, we have associated. Bhaiya, we have. Bhaiya, can I complete? Bhaiya, can I just complete? We have associated certain value to it, and we have equated it to something, and we have given it some evaluation. Now, if we relook into that, probably that evaluation, the right evaluation, we may, with the right understanding, maybe then our thought processes may move in a different direction. So just explore. I mean, I would say keep it open. Just keep it open and further explore it.
Yes, that's true. Thank you.
Yeah.
One last thing which I would like to add. Say the degree is like PhD or any other kind of a degree. Which category does it belong to? Does it belong to right understanding, right feeling, or physical facility?
So on the priority, as we discussed, definitely right understanding of relationship and lower level is physical facility. But what actually is there with the society, with the that is the feelings of this UHV we are having.
No, Bhaiya, what I am asking is this degrees which we are acquiring, which category does it belong to? Does it belong to
physical facility?
Physical facility.
Yes.
Okay. So I think that you can now keep it open and explore regarding this. As Didi was telling. That's it.
Yes. Sure.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you.
Thank
Nice. Yeah. Taraprasanna Bhaiya, your hand is raised.
Yeah, namaste to everyone. If time is there, I can put few reflections.
Yeah, please.
Otherwise,
please.
we can go ahead. Yes.
You can go ahead. You please.
Yeah. So here, I want to add to the last discussion. Then I will put my reflection. In the last discussion, it was the question that whether PhD degree or something equivalent degree, if it is not fulfilled or somehow withdrawn. So in the SIP, student SIP, what we are being understood that like step 1, 2, 3, 4, where 4 is the basic aspiration and 1 is the present effort. So when we go from this present effort, then we are trying to become something or get something. And ultimately our aim is to become happy and prosperous in continuity. So based on that, if we are deciding, like we always ask whether step 1, 2, 3, 4 or 4, 3, 2, 1. Like first we are assuring basic aspiration within us. Then based on that, we are trying to understand what is the meaning of respect, what is the meaning of trust, or what is the meaning of need of physical facility, how much physical facility is required, and all those. So on that basis, if you are deciding whether some degree you are acquiring or some skills you are acquiring, or whether you are some other skill you are acquiring, it can be very blissful and fulfilling within. So that's one thing I just want to add here. And the second reflection was, the point you are highlighting that are you able to appreciate both what has been done as well as what has not been done in the complete picture. Just where one observation in my class. So we just started the classes of fourth semester in the month of April, when it was too hot at Bhubaneswar, Odisha. So when the student joined, they were feeling very difficult in the class. ACs were not in proper condition, where it was not working. and also to teach UHV in the class, we were needing projectors. So when students were joining initially, they were having only are we mostly focused on what has not been done. So that was going on even in the classroom. But suddenly when SC was fixed, then a projector issue was coming, and again though we can see that some part of the things are done, but other part of the thing is not done. So we had an option that whether we will complain or we will try to fix. And by the cooperation of all students, even the projector was not working, but we were able to work in the class, and uh, even a student in the class itself now able to fix that if something is not done, or instead of concentrating on that, if that part is not done, what are being done, for that we can acknowledge, and if that is not done, how we can be able to get the solution for it. In that context, people or students are working, and we are also running the class whether AC is working properly or not, or whether projector is working or proper or not. So this is very fulfilling uh, classes going on. So just that I want to reflect on. Thank you.
Nice.
Namaste.
Nice, Bhaiya. Nice example. Yeah, so we become like complementary, right, in such a case. Yeah. So the questions which are posed over here, like, are we always
Sunil Bhaiya,
please.
I'll just like to add, because there are students over here. So one thing that we have to clarify, that there is nothing wrong in getting a PhD degree or getting a bachelor's degree or a postgraduate degree. One can work towards skills, and of course, because body is also important, so one has to look after the body. One has to see that the basic needs of the body are also fulfilled. So the degrees or whatever will also help one there. The question over here was whether, if a PhD is withdrawn or whatever, should one feel sad or no? In that situation, we were talking about the physical facility of the PhD degree, and we were trying to create a better understanding of the need of the self and the need of the body. And that is why the self-exploration was being discussed. So it is not that we don't have to work towards degrees. It doesn't mean that we don't have to work towards our education. So just wanted to clarify this point also.
Yes, exactly, Madam. Leela Didi, this is right. Exactly what you have answered now. This is really what was my feeling on this, and this is really great. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you.
Yes. This is the answer I was expecting. So thank you.
Yes, Bhaiya, body is also important, and
yes,
self is also important, and we have to take care. We have to nurture. We have to nurture both.
Yes, this is the real the great exploration of the resource person. So this is I was expecting this. So this is just like with the feelings of this the gratitude coming, and then with related to physical facility. Definitely, it's a thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the discussion.
Yes,
in fact,
yes.
yeah, it is improving our level of competence for sure.
Yes,
right.
Yes,
so we have a few minutes
Can
left.
I just, Sunil Bhaiya, can I just give one very quick example?
Sure.
Since the audience is on a very important point,
Yeah.
I'd just like to say that when I was a child, when I was in school, my parents, they had already come from Kutch to Mumbai before my birth. So I was born in Mumbai. And but my parents did not have a great education. They were very basic education, primary education, and they were very busy struggling to make their life, and of course they then build a very good life for themselves and for us. But I always used to regret that my parents can't talk in English, and whenever there is an open day or a report card has to be shown, I used to always feel that my parents can't talk English. So I used to feel very bad about it. I used to only focus on that. And I used to always tell my mother and my father, why don't you all learn English? Why don't you all talk English? I used to focus more on that. But if I look at it today, if I go back and see my past, I am full of gratitude for them because they were not able to talk English at that time. I used to handle every situation of myself, of the school, and that made me so confident. So I'm full of gratitude for that, that because they were not able to, they gave me all the opportunities to grow. So instead of focusing on what is, we can also focus on what is not, because there also there is some contribution towards ourselves. So gratitude can be not only for what is, but also what has not been done. Just a quick response to that, I wanted to give an example. Thank you very much.
Nice, Didi. So I think we can, because of the time is already in just 1 minute for 8:30, I think. So we can stop at this point. If anybody else would like to, so I think there is a comment in the chat box by Shashikant Paya. Any degree doesn't assure the happiness. So let us not get enslaved to getting or losing it. It is just a milestone in education relevant to certain domain of expertise. Nice, Paya.
Great reflections by even Taraprasanna Bhaiya. Great reflections by both Shashikant Bhaiya and Taraprasanna Bhaiya.
Nice. So Ila Didi was explaining about that just now. Physical facility is also important. So discussion on that line has also been in progress. And of course, ensuring right understanding and right feeling, maybe the degree may not suffice, right? That is the point which has been discussed over here. Anyway, nice discussion so far. So though we
Bhaiya, Sunil Bhaiya, basically we need to all focus on harmony within. If getting a degree is giving us harmony, bringing us harmony by reaching to that required physical facility, that is fine. But when the moment it is giving disharmony within, it is creating opposition within, I think there is where we need to self-reflect.
Right. So Priya Didi, shall we stop at this point and we will restart from this point onwards in the next day's meeting, next Wednesday's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil Bhaiya. Thank you, Sunil Bhaiya.
Thank you, all of you.
Okay, Bhaiya will wind up. So nice discussion going. We had a very nice discussion. I think the student, Sunil Bhaiya, what was the name of the student? I forgot. She started actually.
Akhila.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so Akhila her question made us explore many things, and our competence also got increased. And like Ila Didi lastly mentioned, of course, physical facility is also important. Physical facility is also we required, but that is not the final this thing. Means if we are in harmony, it is okay. But as sir was telling, no, he got disturbed when he didn't get it. So that shouldn't happen because as students, we might go for many degrees, many studies, but sometimes we won't get, sometimes we get admission and we don't get admission. So we should not get disturbed if he doesn't get, because finally we have to be happy with it. So that is, so we'll stop today and we'll continue with the session next week. Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Sunil Bhaiya, Ila Didi, all the panelists. And thank you. So I think more students were there, but I think they also could go into with these discussions. I think it might be useful. It was useful for them also. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi.
Thank you, everybody. Namaste, Sabhi.
And just one thing to note that we are also having Friday sessions on holistic health. So students those who are joining, they can also join Fridays same time, 7:30 to 8:30 for holistic health. So thank you, Namaste to everyone.